If you are a working artist, take criticism you receive at work with a grain of salt. In a field like video editing, criticism is a regular part of the process. As I've previously said at length, the art of video editing can be summed up as executing on a bunch of decisions to complete a video project. So when editing any video, my own or anyone else's, I do my best to make what I think are the right decisions given the information I have. But I don't have all the information. So sometimes a client wants me to make different decisions. Plus, occasionally I make mistakes. The vast majority of people I work with on a regular basis provide that criticism in a way that is both respectful of the time I've already spent on the project and the time it will take to execute the changes they're asking for. That's what made one comment stand out.
I found the A roll too long and monotonous in this video. We might have employed more sound effects, music changes, more text and graphics, GIFs, faster cuts, zoom-ins, etc. We could have also used title cards to convey some of the advice. Our goal with editing is always retention and clarity.
Honestly, if I had received this comment early in my career, it might have shaken me to my core. Fortunately, during my tender formative editing years, I had respectful mentors at every level. And at the very least, no one questioned my editing competence in order to motivate my productivity. So by the time this happened, my own confidence in my editing was such that the comment simply didn't ring true. Sure, it stung, and I had to manage my own human reactions to reading a condescending comment, mostly self-righteous indignation. But deeper down, I knew it wasn't personal, and it definitely wasn't about the quality of my work. In this particular case, I'd been fighting against scope creep. A client and I had agreed upon a pay rate, which for me was partially based on the number of decisions I would be asked to make per video. I never articulated the exchange this way, but this client in particular has always been and is still to this day very respectful of my time. So I never felt it was necessary, but then the client themselves became much busier, which is great because they were successful, but it meant that the feedback started coming through an intermediary. Suddenly, the video being good wasn't enough. Each video had to include more and more and more for the same rate of pay. That's scope creep. The comment in question came as an overall comment on a video that was good. It wasn't the most amazing video I'd ever made, but more objectively, I know that I didn't cut any corners from start to finish. So that comment wasn't my problem. I mean, yes, it was a giant red flag calling attention to a situation that needed to be resolved, but it wasn't about my editing. That's why long term, it wasn't my problem. So don't forget to consider the motivation behind the criticism you receive. There's a difference between protecting your wounded pride and protecting your raw artistic soul. Take the time after nursing that wounded pride if necessary to look at the situation critically. If you do, you'll be able to see each piece of criticism for what it's actually worth.